guys, Liz here, aka Isabelle Cheren. I was going to do this tomorrow, but I don't think I'm going to be able to because we have a storm on its way here. Storm Ciara it's called, and where I live in Kent, they figure it's going to be about 80 miles an hour. So I'm sort of having a bit of a panic here because I live in a top floor apartment in the roof. And I can hear the winds picking up already now, although the brunt of it's not due here till sometime tomorrow. That's Sunday, so I'm like, I know I'm not going to sleep because I can already hear the wind. So I thought, I know what? I'm going to do a coffee with Isa because I haven't really done one of these for a while. I'm actually nowhere on one of my platforms. I have a number of platforms. This is Beverly's platform, and I am here. Well, this was Beverly's platform last video. You know, I mean, what the hell? I just I create little homes for all my little personalities. I actually did a blog the other day, and the blog was who are you? And that was because someone in my real world actually said to me when they saw all my avatars, just went, "Who are you?" And I was just like, well, I'm Harriet, and I'm Beverly, and I'm Thelma. I'm Marika on a good day, but I'll tell you about Marika in a minute. And I'm Isabelle. And then he went, "But who are you?" And I said, well, I'm a multiple set of personalities. That's what I am, a multiple set of personalities. And he just said to me, he said he found it really interesting that I convey myself in so many different ways. And I said, well, every single character I do in here is an extension of me because they're all parts of me, and they're all little thoughts that go in my head. And as we all know, I started off with Harriet. Harriet was the beginning of my madness, and Marika is the most recent. I don't know what those noises are we can hear. How very strange. Goodness. Anyhow, Marika is the most recent, and she's the one that I actually don't do a voice for. And the reason why I don't do a voice for her is actually a friend of mine in Australia, and I can't really tell you who he is or anything because he actually is known. He's actually a voice actor. He's on radio and all that kind of thing. So I can't actually tell you who he is, but he does Marika, and it's been something that we've got going on between ourselves for quite a few years. And we're actually toying with the idea of doing the Marika and Isabelle show once a week, and that could be interesting. And he has nothing to do with Second Life, can I just tell you? So I don't know how we're going to do this. I will be both characters in here, and we will do it, I don't know, we might do it live, so it might be a live show, or we might edit, I'm not sure yet. And it's something we're toying with, and yeah. So you will get to hear Marika and Isa, although to be honest, when Marika talks, when he talks like Marika, I can't stop laughing. So I don't think you'll hear me talking, you'll just hear me dying laughing, because that's what I tend to do whenever he talks to me. We talk like our characters, we ring each other a lot during the week. Obviously he's in Australia, and I speak to him very often, and he will put on his voices and I will do mine, and we have the funniest conversations. It's just like, you know, 1 minute I'm Harriet, 1 minute I'm Liz. And yeah, it's just crazy. But yeah, Marika is actually a man, and it's based on a character. In case, if you're not Australian, you won't know who Marika is based on, but Marika is based on a character that was part of years ago. There was a TV show in Australia, and Con the Fruiterer, and Marika was his wife. And it was a complete pee take. It was just a genius show, and he happens to do Marika's voice exactly the same, and it amazes me. It just amazes me. In actual fact, his extent of being able to do voices and voiceovers are amazing, and you'll get to meet some of his characters if we go ahead with this, and we will animate it on here. We're still talking about it because he's got something going on at the moment. So when that's over and done with and he's got some spare time, it is definitely something we're planning to do. So yeah, I'm thinking it'll probably be a Sunday night thing, because that just makes sense to me, and I've got time and stuff. But the only thing is I've got a housemate moving in the next week. She was moving bits of her stuff now, but yeah, she'll be moving in, and so I don't know what she's going to make of this whole thing when she sat in the living room and suddenly I'm, you know, having a conversation with a computer. But we will get over this. This will be interesting. So yeah, I just wanted to tell you about that because it's going to be something different, and yeah, something very unique. I've also got something else coming up soon, and I'd love to talk about it, but I'm not going to. I can't yet because for now it's a sort of a confidential thing, but I will be appearing somewhere else. And I can't wait. I'm not so looking forward to it. So when it comes up, it will be a video that you get to see on someone else's channel, and I will give you the link then when it's done. I'm still yet to do the voice, and when that happens, you're not going to believe it. Oh, I can't wait. I really can't wait. And what else is going on? Oh my God, I'm going into so many wells at the moment, and I can't keep up with myself. But my videos have died down a bit in the last so many weeks, and I will tell you the reason for that. Number one, I'm on medication. I've been put on medication. I've got diabetes, and I've been put on this medication that's making me absolutely nauseous. I feel sick. I don't want to eat. Stomach pain. Oh my God. And yeah, I'm trying to get my head around the whole diabetes thing. That's been very difficult. And a lot of things that have been happening with me over the last year or so now make a lot more sense. You know, I don't know if you remember, I was going on about having menopause. Sweating. Some time ago. It's not the menopause. I just walked around going, oh, I've got menopause, and I'd swear, and it's actually related to the diabetes. So is the nausea, because I was waking up during the night feeling sick. That's been going on for quite a long time actually, and I didn't know that my sugar levels and everything has been messed up, and yeah, so I've started this other way of eating because everyone recommends keto, but I'm not actually doing it right to the point of keto because obviously I have to be careful. And yeah, and then this is a crazy thing, right? So I go to the doctors, and she's, you know, referred me to the diabetic nurse because I have to see this nurse, and I'm speaking to the nurse going, right, so do I have one of those blood pricky things? And she says to me, yeah, we don't supply them. You'll have to get your own one. I'm like, but I need it, do I? And she's like, well, yes, you need to measure your bloods. I thought, hang on a minute, shouldn't you be prescribing me this? Anyhow, I didn't think anything of it, and I went and purchased one. I went on Reddit. I've joined the diabetic group on there and stuff, and I went on there, and everyone said, no, God, you must have one of them. How will you know when you're low or high or whatever? I still can't get my head around it. And so I bought myself one at a great cost to me, can I just add. It arrived yesterday. And for the last 24 hours, all I've done is stare at this thing because I don't actually know what I'm supposed to do with it. The instructions are not very clear. And yeah, so anyhow, I spoke to a friend of mine who's a diabetic, who's been a diabetic for a long time, and she's on insulin. And she actually said to me, you're supposed to be prescribed this. And I went, what? And she said, you shouldn't have had to buy it. And I said, well, the nurse said to me, and she said, they're just trying to save money at the surgery. And I'm like, oh my God. And she's at a surgery just down the road from me. And I'm like, oh my God, I've been ripped off. But apparently I just have to give the doctor the monitor thing. So, and then they'll put it on prescription, the strips that I need to measure yeah, I looked at this gum thing to prick myself, and I'm like, yeah, this is going to be fun because I don't like pricking myself. Even a pin makes me feel nauseous, so I'm like, yeah, I'm sounding quite chirpy about it. I haven't been, I'll be honest, I've been very down, and because my mum had diabetes. My mum had diabetes from the age of 22. She was insulin dependent. My brother, it was resulting in pregnancy. My brother in Australia has diabetes as well, and he's insulin dependent. At the moment I'm on tablets, but they are concerned that I've actually had it for a while now, which would make sense because oh, you can hear my cat, which makes sense because I've not been well for a while now. So interesting. Blame it all on fibromyalgia. Either that or menopause. That's what I've been doing. I've just been, every symptom I've had, oh yeah, it's the fibro. Oh, do you know, some days I could slap myself. I really could slap myself. I'm so silly. But yeah, so yeah, that's why I've been a little bit more sort of reserved lately because of that, because it's sort of knocked me for six. I've had to get my head around it, and yeah, and it's not a case of you know, I think I got really angry with I put something on my Facebook about the Pigu avatars. Now, I love them. I think they're bloody wonderful. I think they're the best little things ever. And yeah, because they represent real people. We aren't all these beauties in real life. We aren't all, you know, plus, you know, skinny models and stuff. And I like the diversity of different sizes and stuff. But this person said something which really offended me, said something about the fact that the Pigu model represents the people that have got diabetes. And of course, no one knew that I had. And I was like, well, actually, I think you find that's not representative of people that have diabetes. Because not all people that have diabetes are fat. And, you know, and then the people that do have diabetes that are overweight have got diabetes within them, and being overweight actually makes it worse and brings it out. There's a lot of studies on this, and it's very interesting. My mum wasn't a big woman, neither was my brother. So it's like, what? But yeah, yeah. Well, actually, my mum and my brother are type 1s, but that's neither here nor there. So yeah, that's why I've been trying to get my head around this, because there's that long-standing thing that people believe that, you know, you've only got diabetes for one reason, and I've been sitting there thinking, well, how did this happen? So anyhow, I'm on this keto diet, and yeah, it's a lot of meat, a lot of protein, but it's interesting actually, and I'll see how I go. I'm due to go through this ketosis bit, which is going to be a problem for me, so I've not decreased the carbs so much because I don't really want to make myself sick. So we'll see how it goes. Yeah, so the everlasting life of Isabelle, aka Liz, rolls on for 2020. Something else. God. Anyhow, I wanted to do this video before internet went down and chaos breaks out. I jest, of course. I hope it doesn't when the storm hits. But, you know, I'll be packing a bag and all that kind of thing, just in case. So, yeah, apparently they reckon it's going to be real bad. So, anyhow, I am going to go, and I hope you all have an extraordinarily wonderful Sunday when you wake up. And yeah, I will see you later. Yeah. Oh yeah, I was actually going to live stream this, but I chickened out. I know it sounds strange and it's bizarre, but I can be absolutely animated on video when I'm sat here, but going live is very difficult for me. It's a real nerve thing, and even when I film, I don't actually edit much. I don't actually remove much. So if I say things or whatever, I don't edit them really. I just like let it go. But on a live stream, it's kind of like, I don't know, it's a very nervous thing. And I have thought about doing them, and people have asked me to do them. And I've done them in Sansar, but I didn't stay on very long. But I might try. I might try it and shock everybody and do one. No, I'm not going to tell you how to change your head HUD. No, I'm not going to tell you about the Maitreya body. No, I'm not going to tell you how to use bakes on mesh, and I'm not going to take you to a shopping event. I'm just going to come on and chat, because that's what I do. I don't do sales events and stuff like that, as you all know, because everyone else is doing them. And frankly, I could think of nothing more boring for me. It's boring to do that kind of thing. I couldn't possibly bring myself to do that. If I was sitting on YouTube just doing that, I think I'd slowly go nuts. So, and that's just my preference. So yeah, anyhow. Right, I'm gonna go. I will see you later. Bye-bye.